He does have a chosen people. Beautiful thing is we found out that his chosen people are black people. So let's go and make the point. Let me say this. Let's get one more. Just to nail, put the last nail in the coffin of a lie that God created everybody to be equal, because he did not create everybody to be equal. And if he did, why is it that you don't have anything and everyone else does? Amos chapter 3 verses 1 and 2. That's what we're going to read next. Go ahead.
Amos chapter 3 verse 1 and 2. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Now the Lord is speaking against these very same people that he took to be his own. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O house of Israel. Go ahead.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Talking about the same people that Moses led through the Red Sea. Go ahead.
Saying, you only have I known.
Read that again. What?
You only,
he's saying. Go ahead.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
In other words, out of all the nations, out of all the peoples, or in this verse as it refers to, out of all the families of the earth, you only have I known. When he said you only have I known, he's saying these are the only ones that he recognized as his own. Of course the Heavenly Father made all peoples, made all nations. But out of the people that he made, everyone, as a matter of fact, after this, we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 32. Don't get it just yet. You only have I known out of all the peoples, out of all the families of the earth. Go ahead.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So when he says, therefore will I punish you for all your iniquities, what he's saying is that you were the only people that in giving the law, he recognized as his own. And therefore, unlike all the other people of the earth, you have to be punished for your wrongdoing. Because you are the ones that he set up, your forefathers were the ones that he set up to be his children, his monument. When you read the term biblically, every time you hear about Mount Zion, that means the word Zion is a Hebrew word that means monument. In other words, we were the physical representation of the Heavenly Father, our forefathers, that existed in the heavens, man. We were the ones to whom he did all of these magical, what people like to refer to as magical feats. So we're going to go read that again, verse 1 and 2.
Amos chapter 3 verse 1 and 2. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Right.
Against the whole family which I brought up in the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
In other words, you're the only people I gave my laws to and took in as my sons and daughters. Go ahead.
Therefore,
because of this,
I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Now, I'm going to show you something. We're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32, and you're going to read verse 8 and 9.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 8 and 9.
This is just another verse stressing the fact that this particular people, this one nation, was chosen as what this verse says, as the Lord's portion. Read on down, starting at verse 8.
When the Most High divided to the nation the inheritance.
Shows you, the nations, he divided them. When it says their inheritances, meaning he divided to the nations everything that was to be theirs. Every nation have their language. Every nation have their own land. Within that land bears its resources. So he said he gave all the nations their inheritance. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, go ahead.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
When he did what to the sons of Adam?
When he separated the sons of Adam.
When he integrated the sons of Adam?
Separated the sons of Adam.
Go ahead.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
In other words, he gave everyone their inheritance. He had predetermined what it was he was going to give Israel, and then he dispensed all the other nations their inheritance. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Verse 9.
Verse 9. For the Lord's portion.
For the Lord's portion, this is like the earth is a pie, and the Arabs have their piece, the Chinese have their piece, the Europeans have their piece, the people of Africa have their piece. It says, but the Lord's portion, go ahead.
For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
So that means he chose one people to be his own out of all the people of the earth. And that's why when we read in Amos chapter 1 or chapter 3 verses 1 and 2, it said, therefore will I punish you for all your iniquities. Now let's go and get that. I would like for us to go, and we're going to spend a little bit of time here. We're going to go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. And now when we read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, I want you to take special note and be conscious. This is reading like the script of the movie Roots or any other film that was created to depict what slavery was like. Because in this chapter, it gives you the explanation behind why the transatlantic slave trade took place, okay? I want you to start at verse 1, Deuteronomy chapter 28, because the Lord said, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So we're going to read what those were. Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting with verse 1.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all these commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
Listen, now there it goes again. The Most High is saying that if we were to obey these laws, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his what?
Commandments.
And what?
And
go ahead.
To observe to do all these commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So he's telling you, if we our forefathers had been obedient and obeyed the laws and statutes and the commandments, that he would set us on high above all nations of the earth. Now we're going to read some of the conditions that would have went along with obedience. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is telling you that when you're obedient, the Heavenly Father will bless you. Now we're going to read some of those blessings. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field.
When it says, blessed shall I be in the city, you know what I would like for you to do before we continue? I want you real quick to go to Matthew chapter 13 and verse 38. Because when it says, blessed will we be in the city, and blessed will we be in the field, the city is obvious, the places where we live in. But the field is a term that's used in the scriptures to represent the world abroad. And we're going to read that in the book of Matthew chapter 13 and verse 38. Read that. Quick precept.
Matthew 13 verse 38. The field is the world.
The field is the world. So when you read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 3, it says, blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. He's telling you wherever you live at, you're going to be living under the most favorable conditions any place in the world that you are. Read on down.
Verse 4. Deuteronomy 28 verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground.
The fruit of your body is talking about our children. In other words, what does it mean to have the fruit of our womb to be blessed? That's talking about healthy children. That's talking about having a lot of children. You look at our people today, we don't have that. No, the people today don't even want to have the children they find out they're pregnant. But we're going to get into that aspect later. But like I said, we're reading the conditions of the blessings. Go ahead.
And the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy womb, the fruit of thy land, the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind. When you read, this is verse 4?
Yes.
When you read verse 4, it's talking about your material wealth. This is biblical terms for material wealth. A person's land, what their land produced, their cattle. People, would determine their wealth was determined by how many oxen, how many heads of sheep, how many yoke of oxen they had, how many asses, how many mules. These were the things that determined in the ancient days the wealth of a man, the wealth of a nation. Go ahead.
And the flocks of thy sheep.
Now, this is what I want to do. See, these are the blessings. Now, what we're trying to do is share with you who you are. Use this book as a device for you to be able to determine what is your true identity. So we have to go to the conditions that you find yourself in today so that you can be able to identify with what it is we're reading. So we're going to jump down to verse 15 now. Like I said, verses 1 through 14 are a list of all the blessings that would fall upon these people had they obeyed. But now verse 15 is going to be the other hand. Verse 15 on down. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken